Hello everyone and welcome back to the Rural Stacker channel. Today I want to talk about why I like gold over silver. Welcome back to the Rural Stacker channel. Thanks for stopping in, neighbor. So today I want to discuss on why I prefer to stack gold over silver and just the practicality of it, a couple reasons why I like it, and yeah, get a discussion going on that and maybe see some thoughts of the other community members in this community on their thoughts. So first off is just the price per weight, especially when you start comparing gold to silver, gold to copper, so on and so forth, right? One of these, the value of 1 ounce gold coin is equivalent to, say, roughly 80 to 1. I know with recent silver moves that we are closer to 70 to 1. But yeah, here is 80 ounces of gold buffalo rounds. 80 ounces to 1 ounce of gold, roughly. Give or take. Market's always changing, but I think it gets the point across. So yeah, it's much easier to put one gold coin in my pocket as opposed to 4 tubes of buffalo rounds, right? This is way more recognized as gold. Not saying that silver is not as recognized, but wouldn't have nearly the trouble getting rid of one of these gold coins as I would, silver rounds. I think when you ask the normal person on the street, which they would prefer, I think the majority of people would rather have gold as opposed to silver. Now, I'm not saying that's right or wrong. I think there's definitely cause for both, but just from the value per weight, I really prefer gold. I think it's also would be easier to move if I had to at a coin shop and get a fair price on it, right? Premiums on silver rounds jump around, but gold coins seem to, in my experience, from what I've been noticing, seem to hold their premiums a little bit better than different types of silver does. It's another bonus for me in my book. If I did ever have to get rid of these for some reason, I think that getting rid of gold would be a little bit easier. I've never actually had to part with any of my precious metals, so I don't know that for fact, but just looking at different shops and buyback videos and things like that, premium videos that are being shown, it seems that the gold is more consistent with the premiums than with silver does. The big one for me is the weight. If I was trying to get the equivalent of these 3 gold coins, right? We're looking at over $12,000. $12,000 in silver, that's a lot of silver. And, if you had to grab it and go in a hurry or, keep it concealed while you're, leaving for whatever reason, not just an SHTF scenario, but what if, there's a forest fire coming around your house, right? And you have to evacuate for whatever reason. These massive stacks of silver would definitely slow you down, right? As opposed to just grabbing a couple gold coins on your way out the door. You really wouldn't even notice these 3 ounces, but the equivalent of 3 ounces of gold would be about 150, 160 ounces of silver. Yeah, you're going to notice that after a little bit of time. So that's one of the reasons why I prefer gold over silver. Those 2 big ones there. I also, just think that they look nicer. Art aside, because you can get some really artistic bars out there of silver, and I am a sucker for them, that's for sure. But just so on a pure metals looking basis, I think that gold is definitely prettier to look at. Might not be shinier at all times, but yeah, just something about that gold is, to me, nicer to look at. The 24 karat, I mean, even the 22 karat doesn't look that bad, all said and done. But yeah, artistic aside, and I'm sure there's some beautiful artistic bars and rounds of gold out there, but for the most part, I think the color of it just speaks to me a little bit nicer, and that's why I choose to stack gold and focusing on gold now. Now that I have a decent stack of silver, it's not going anywhere, so I'm gonna double down on my gold for a while and build up those reserves a little bit more. Let me know down below. Do you have a preference in gold and silver? Are you focusing on stacking one over the other right now? Or why do you prefer one or the other? Be interested to know. Have a good one. Until next time, keep on stacking and have a great day.